for example, someone who starts bodybuilding in their late 20s might not make or tap into some of the gains that they could have if they started in their teens, for example. And that's why you see some pretty impressive natural bodybuilders and you ask them, hey, when did you start lifting? And it's like 14 or 13, like properly, like not, I played soccer and I just did some weights on the side or something like that kind of thing. So it's interesting you brought that up. Maybe, who knows, maybe you wouldn't have been the bodybuilder you are now if you did do all that dieting and could have taken away from your growth potentially, right?
Completely agree. And I'll blow your mind with a few things. One thing I teach and preach to my kids, but the kids I train with, is I say you have windows. And you only have these windows so many times in your life, especially with testosterone and your hormones. So that being said, so now think of gymnasts. Think of those kids. And this is something that stuck in my mind when I was a kid. You know, I loved watching the Olympics. I used to watch those guys on the rings or the pommel horse. I'm like, look at his arms. And I don't think he probably trains, but I'm thinking, okay, he's doing dips, he's doing pull-ups, he's doing muscle overs. And you look at these guys and you go, they have phenomenal physiques, and all they've done is they were gymnasts their whole lives, body weight exercises. And it's weird because I never forgot that. And so, you know, always have loved pull-ups, always loved dips, always loved that. And so I agree. I think you see those physiques those guys have when they're young and still what they look like today. We've had a few, I'm going to forget his name too. A great bodybuilder.
Is he a PNBA bodybuilder, right?
Willie.
Okay.
Franco. So apparently, and he's like 70s. He may even be in his 80s now. I know he's phenomenal what he looks like even today, but he even competed here a few years ago on stage, and he was still doing like these crazy like few finger push-ups and stuff. And it's because I didn't know this till later, was he was a gymnast when he was younger. So he had built this phenomenal physique when he was younger. Well, hey, I know what it was. I saw an old video of where he beat Hansen and he beat Michael Hearn.
Yes, that's right.
In the universe one year.
Yes, yes.
And that was the first time I'd seen him at that age, because he was probably in his 40s at that age. And I was like, holy cow. I mean, he had a crazy good physique. But yeah, so that would, like I said, going back to that philosophy is you have that window. And that's what I try to preach to my boys. And like I said, the kids I teach, is you only have this window once. You know, you're only 18, 19, 20 once. And luckily, like I said, I was lifting full bore in those years, and I'm so glad that I did. And a lot of it was because it was for baseball motivation, but it ended up working out for this too.
This super high rep stuff with, you know, lighter loads, relatively speaking, it has its place. But if that's all you're running with, I guess it depends on the body type and genetics and all that stuff. But I think it would be a little bit tougher to hold on to muscle.
Yeah, and I've never been a high rep guy. To me, it never made sense. You know, it was basically like doing a lot of cardio.